lately, but I'm a little worried when you play into Beast Drow. First of all, Beastmaster, you know, DM going for the... He's played it 3 games in a row now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. The hat trick on Beastmaster in terms of gameplay, but I mean, if they hand you good Beastmaster games, you take those. Gonna lane into an Anti-Mage. Should be doing just fine. And Drow Ranger, there is a lot of tempo on this OG draft.
There's so much potential on this OG draft to just roll over them. I feel like we've talked a lot about this Primal Beast and how strong it can be. By the way, BZM across 3 drafts, he's the one that's drafting, took this hero for himself, and it does look like there's going to be a smoke up as 5 for both teams. Missing each other, though, as they each head to the respective offlane of their opponents. And getting down a couple of pretty important wards there as well for Ooredoo, as it looks like they might try and set up for a kill here, although I don't know if they're going to run into each other.
Yeah, it looks like they likely won't. We'll have to see if one hero from Ooredoo will run down bottom and like run into this high ground ward with the Primal Beast. I'm sorry, James.
It's all good, I'm sure.
Uh-oh.
I'll take it over.
The Venomancer.
Look out.
He talked about him.
Ooh, careful, careful.
Uh-oh.
You can see these esports bet from IO odds might switch a little bit more with a clutch little first blood into the favor of OG as they pull back. The Veno looks for the catch, the jump forward, but the glimpse to get BZM away from him. And Taiga thinking about going for the full commit, but won't be able to.
Okay.
And did have to skill lift level 1 for Taiga, so not necessarily what you want to do.
It's not a full kill, but getting the Veno this low before the lane when they don't have too much regen is very annoying. Veno's level 1 and 2 is already very weak, so this could, you know, play a big role in this bottom lane. Mid lane we have 2 beefy bros that are just going to hit each other and very likely just free farm.
Yeah. Don't expect to see that much in terms of kill potential from this lane, but there is that strong potential for both of these heroes to run around and find kills early in other lanes. They're great rotating heroes, particularly that Primal Beast.
Yeah, and bottom lane, there's going to be a lot of pressure there. Top lane as well. Taiga's done a good job so far with DM. He has the boars. He was able to already deny one of them. As you can see, Venom's getting pressured, but Taiga as well.
Yeah, taking a lot of hits. TA2000 taking Blink level 1 to get in a little bit closer to him there, since they know he does not have Fade Bolt ready. But while TA2000 is having a pretty good time up there, pressuring the Rubik, it's really down bottom where Veno is going to be hurting for a while. No last hits, and Chu just has to do the pull.
Yeah, he's trying to connect it, because just this early laning stage for Veno, especially with what happened before, not easy, as Anti-Mage, Mr. TA2000 should be doing pretty well up top. Some creeps are still chasing Chu. Love to see some lane shenanigans nowadays. I hope this will be altered with in the next patch, which is soon TM to come.
Right, exactly. No, it's true. These sort of lane shenanigans are really weird when they all end up working out this way.
Yeah.
And they are going to be able to connect that one. So Ooredoo will be able to have access to that wave at the very least, but look across all the lanes. They're doing quite well on OG.
Oh, definitely. I mean, if it takes 2 minutes for your offlaner to get his first CS, you know, not the best thing, as Omar's going to try to do another creep pull to help enable him. BZM down mid, doing a decent job, but top lane, once DM gets to his level 3, aka the second level of the boar, I really think he's going to be able to take off.
Yeah, they're going to have to watch out for that. The pressure that you put on with this Beastmaster can really disrupt TA2000's game, and already trying to get into the Ring of Health. But you can see Chu continuing to chase over there. They were able to deny a water rune by Omar as he was also doing these wave pulls. So helping out mid lane while simultaneously securing that the Veno has an okay time.
I mean, Omar's doing a good job. So either you connect the pulls and then your Veno free farms, or you make the Undying chase you, which means that the Veno has a 1-on-1 against the Drow, which is way better than having an Undying run at you. So OT, they understand how to play this bottom lane. It's going to just wait it out a bit. So not too much pressure in this bottom lane, but Uragi, he is living life.
Yeah, Uragi is definitely the beneficiary of all this craziness. Like, sure, he's gotten a couple creeps denied out here and there, and like you can see back behind the tower right now, they're trying to mess it up for him a little bit more. But he's already got boots coming out to him, and pretty soon they're going to be able to start putting the hurt to these guys. Yeah,
I mean, he's rushing the treads. He's going to be doing very well. And Veno, not a very good hero to play from behind. Same with Disruptor. So when your early lane goes like this, not going to feel too happy down here as TA2000 looking for an aggressive play.
Oh, going in on Taiga, trying to catch him. Silencer harassment. DM decides, hey, let's go head-to-head. Why not? I'll fight you a little bit too. The Fade Bolt comes out, and then immediately will back away on that Rubik as he got brought super freaking low and no regen. Taiga just sitting there looking a little bit sheepish.
I might have to, probably will walk back to base, look to come back into the top lane. I do think he has to come up here and help DM. I don't think we're going to see some bottle refilling in the mid lane, because DM, when you have this Beastmaster, you really want to help this hero out in the early stages of the game.
TA2000 playing back behind the tower even. Not that concerned at all with no Rubik nearby. DM can't really do that much to try and harass him back, and the silencer just keeps beating into his butt. Super annoying to deal with.
I do like this Vanguard nowadays as well. It could change this A and Beast matchup a bit, as Kaori up top is getting lifted. Have some pressure there.
Okay.
First blood.
That was not the way it was supposed to go. Silencer just getting beat down as Taiga TP'd back in, and now TA2000, he's got to be a little bit careful. Forced to blink away because the Boars were going to start to head on out that direction.
Okay, I haven't seen this before. Minute 4:30, mid laner is pulling the wave into the hard camp. Just, oh, did lose the flag bear creep though. Well, that's a little sussy, but it happens.
Doesn't even finish off the camp actually for BZM. TA2000 chasing down Taiga. The Boar continues to hit away. They kill that one off with Kaori, but he is starting to feel the burn a little bit on this Anti-Mage as Chu, they redraw some aggro, drop down the Tombstone, trying to find themselves a kill, but the marksmanship, the hit was going off, and the multi-shot wasn't connecting because of zombies. Okay. And now Chu, he might be in a little bit of trouble. Has to back away from him.
At least they dropped very low HP as TA2000. He's being pressured a lot. If he's on full HP, they could be the ones pressuring, but OG are doing a good job at keeping him at bay, keeping him low. And also when DM has no mana with this Helm of Iron Will, TA2000 doesn't really deal too much damage into this Beastmaster.
No. He's literally just chilling.
Yeah.
And, I mean, granted, you are going to see TA2000 get that Vanguard, and that's when this lane probably becomes a lot better, like you're talking about. But at least for now, they're keeping things somewhat even. It's really just this Veno who is kind of hurting right now. Although, Taiga brought low and will take some more burn damage, but gets away on 40 HP.
Supports have gotten really good over like the last 1 to 2 years at taking pressure from their offlaner. You can see they're constantly staying alive on low HP or because of a Fairy Fire. They just truly know their limit, as Taiga is definitely enabling DM here in this early game. And we'll soon see our big beefy boys from the mid lane to get into this game. They both want to rotate.
DM tries to keep his creep alive, but Kaori keeps that pressure on. Where are the big beefy boys going to go? BZM obviously can make a pretty quick rotation, doesn't need anything else, whereas Noob might need either a dive from OG to set up for a kill or getting into his own Blink Dagger, of course.
He's got a Haste Rune, so it's going to be a lot easier for BZM. He did push in the lane, so maybe he is a little more open as he's TPing up top.
Yep, TA2000 in a ton of trouble. He doesn't have Blink for another 4 seconds. Tries to get out of there now.
They got
the
him.
Stun and the Pulverize. It's going to be enough. They bring down that Anti-Mage, and BZM, even thinking about looking for more. They have just a giant beast chasing after Kaori here. Well, Tiny making that move, though, is going to set things up a little bit. Very strong, very strong. Taiga throws out the Fade Bolt, just going to kill him underneath his own tower. And nope, now he's in trouble, too. Uh-oh. Is everybody just going to die up top here? TPing in the Anti-Mage, trying to make a solid rotation over. And
refill
a bottle refill. There you go. Okay. Not seen all that often. Is BZM going to onslaught to get away from trouble?
Yeah, Primal Beast Haste Rune doesn't seem too balanced as a quick deny. I've seen way too many denies.
Yeah.
My god, every game you see Venomancer, sadly for him, you gale someone, they just get denied. So Chu gets a free trip back to the base. Can maybe cosplay the courier as well for Yuragi.
I mean, honestly, if there's any hero that likes this more than any other, it feels like it's Undying. Yeah. Oh my god, they come back in for TA2000! He's caught!
He has no blink!
Oh, TA2000!
Oh,
wait, pulverized himself! But now he has Blink. Is it going to be enough to get away? Hides off to the side. BZM runs into him. And that will be another kill on this AM right as he finishes the Vanguard.
Oh, I thought he would live there after he spell shield the Pulverize. But Blink, maybe not in the best direction, but beautiful play from BZM. Being patient, lingering around. Omar gonna take the active rune away.
At least denying that from him. So the past 2 games, though, that we've seen as... Wait a minute. BZM? Thought that Omar was heading back the other direction, and they just get a free kill. That was not the play from BZM.
That certainly looked like a donation, which you don't want to give Noob's way. He's having a pretty good game. Top of the net worth, 1,400 gold already. He's going to look to build into the Blink Dagger, and he can really push his OT draft into this early game.
I mean, that's incredibly scary. You had this Primal Beast rotate around, kill off the opposing carry 2 times, and then he just comes back and feeds that gold away to the mid laner. If Noob gets off to a hot start, like you said, this game starts to look very scary for OG. So Ooredoo Thunder getting boots on Omar and continuing to sort of prioritize this mid lane.
And it's really what they need on these supports too. As Silencer, you rely on someone being able to go in. You want to help your mid player to get in there. You're going to have the global. You have Disruptor as well. Who loves to play with that? Glimpse on mid. Another kill. Perhaps.
Yeah. They have a lift to try and get him away, but Chu is going to die there. And it's super interesting seeing the way that this teams are setting up the map. Like, they're basically just jungling on BZM while Chu and Taiga were trying to hold on to that mid lane.
It's definitely benefiting OT, and you can also see the strength of some of these items, such as the Vanguard on Anti-Mage. Traditionally, you would see AM just get kicked out when the Beast does have the Dominator, but because you have Vanguard, you can just chill here. Venomancer, he's just farming bottom, and then your Tiny goes with the 2 supports, and they can kill anyone they run into.
Well, if they can get that online, it is going to be death after death. Tiny trying to snowball into this draft as BZM makes the move with Taiga. They're going to run into this area with Chu, and a whole lot of Plague Wards laid down because they were farming up those camps. So Veno farming, everybody on Ooredoo Thunder farming. It looks like they're off to a great start.
They should
Blink done at 10 minutes.
Whoa. Yeah, I wasn't even... I thought it would take maybe like another 30 seconds, 1 minute. Here we have the active rune. Tome is going to come out now as well for OT, so it's pretty much smoke time for the boys here on OT.
Now, that does also mean, as they, I think, don't see the Blink Dagger yet. He has this Invis-Rune, so they're not going to spot it, but they will see, at least for a second, that smoke. They might not have been looking at that area, though.
They had a very good Hawk behind, so when they saw like these people run in and out above the mid-tier 1, they might suspect something to be happening, especially when Noob doesn't show around this crucial 10-minute timing. So let's see if it does get into something here for OT.
Well, right now, they do have, for the Disruptor, the Tome coming out. Wanted to get up to level 6, but isn't quite there. Noob now heading up high ground. They see him, though. A Sentry Ward already down, so they're going to dodge this rotation. And in the meantime, everybody else coming up towards the top side of the map while Drow evacuates bottom.
That's honestly a big deal. Even though you don't find a kill, just Noob being off the map, it forced Yuragi to have to leave the bottom lane against this Venomancer that they crushed in the lane. Yeah. So now he's suddenly going to take over this lane, start pushing the tower, get more network. So OT should be feeling very good about what's happening on the map right now.
So Veno likely to just be going back in towards those aura builds that we talked about before.
Yep.
For OG, I mean, eventually you've got to start sort of taking advantage of these early timings, right? You've got Drow, you've got Primal Beast. This Beastmaster loves to play fast. Do you think that Ooredoo is going to try and come in and just play this pickoff style? Where do you see them going over the next couple minutes?
I would say OT need to be a bit careful at fighting OG face-to-face. OG right now, they're going to go top, try to take the tier 1, maybe engage into the jungle. Because this Beastmaster with the Tombstone and BZM being around, being very tanky, it is super hard for OT's heroes to fight. So they want more like the small skirmishy. Find a hero, mana void.
All right, and Noob. Now, Static Storm down. It's global. A lot of damage to tank through, and Primal Beast walking away. BZM is going to be brought down. They go for the all-in on the Tombstone, and they manage to get it. But Noob, he might have gone a bit too far. The toss to try and get him away, but the Trolls are there, and they have enough damage to bring him down to death. TA2000 still living through this, and with that Vanguard, he can play as a frontliner, managing to stay back for the moment. But they did take that top tower. Likewise, OT securing bottom.
Ooh, if OG get to take the mid tower from this, then this is definitely a way better trade for them. And yeah, looks like it's just going to be a free one.
Moves on in, takes it down. No Disruptor ulti this time. OT, they got to be careful playing under this Hawk.
And they did use Global Silence there. Static Storm as well, so going to be a little bit of cooldown on those. We'll have to see how they continue to play the map after, because right now OG, they did some really good stuff. Getting this top tier 1 and the mid tier 1 as Noob.
Oh, where's your Tumblr's toy? He needs it so
trying
bad.
For the glimpse. Slow him with the tree.
Almost there. Omar in range finds it there. And Chu going to be the one that is left behind. And Taiga does manage not to steal the Avalanche that time, instead getting the toss.
This is Yuragi, top of the net worth. definitely doing well. He should have a pretty good time in this game. You're going to be able to play on high range. You can get the Pike later. Looks like TA2000 is going to build into a Battle Fury, as we do see him have the broadsword being queued up. So no Radiance shenanigans for him.
I mean, that was the build that I feel like I always like to see more, but I also feel like sometimes it's just losing afterwards.
Yeah, I guess the evasion is nice, but other than that, yeah, I don't see too much impact from it.
If they can get it, Yuragi,
they will.
Him.
High ground ward.
And Static Storm, no chance to get away from that one on the Drow, unless BZM, no, he is going to die, and BZM actually showed up. Do they have anything to break his TP? Does not look like it. Tombstone dropped up on the high ground. Things getting a little bit weird for OG trying to play the Save Your Buddy syndrome. And against Omar, that's dangerous because if they get the glimpse pullback, it's going to be another kill. So OG thinking they can turn fights and getting punished for it.
Ooh, OT with a very nice grab on the map. They go around mid together. In the meantime, TA2000, TP's bottom, he gets the farm going. And for OG, you need to protect each other a little more. Maybe play more around the Beastmaster, who's by far your strongest hero, but OT making great use of their map movement.
Well, DM, in the meantime, is going to be pushing through this top side, trying to get somebody to return back to deal with that. Silencer obliges, still has access to that global, though. So it's one of those things that I think is making it tough for BZM in this fight, because he can't pulverize when he knows the global is up.
It's kind of weird for him to just like charge in unless there's a Tombstone with him right away, or perhaps also DM. I feel like they really need him. Perhaps they want to wait for him to just get the Helm of the Overlord. The Illusion Rune, it does help BZM.
Yeah.
I don't know if he wants to like wait for the BKB, which is quite far away, but for now, I feel like the game might slow down a little bit over the next 1 minute.
Well, that is definitely going to be, at least for right now, kind of feeling like it favors Ooredoo Thunder slightly. If you can get this more time for this Anti-Mage to come online, that's one who they're sort of hoping is going to carry them through this. And if you think back, I think to that series that they were playing as Taiga in trouble, stealing the tree toss. Noob doing a good job of covering himself.
Very nicely done there.
They went for a similar draft on Ooredoo Thunder to try and secure their spot to the Major the first time. TA2000 couldn't do it on the Anti-Mage. So far, he's looking pretty good in this one.
Oh, absolutely. As DM, he's going to spot out the TP from Noob. Catches him anyway.
Good job there. Able to go for
it. It's a long TP.
The glimpse! Oh, it's a long TP and he doesn't manage it. Holy moly.
Ooh, that could have been big, as now OG looking around mid. Had he TP'd right away with Noob, you know, perhaps trusting his bro a little bit more. But either way, they do force DM out of this lane. And yeah, OT, and I love that Noob, he always goes for this Aghanims build. He scales a lot on this Tiny. Like this, when he plays this Tiny hero, it's not a joke.
Yeah, he starts really dealing a ton of damage early on there, and when you pair that together with this Disruptor Static Storm, if you manage to find a couple of these heroes, they're going to be in a world of hurt, and you're kind of already bogged down because the Venom's there too. But we'll have to see how it goes. Mid tower probably also on notice in the mid lane. Ooredoo Thunder starting to build up the Venom Plague Ward army to take this one down.
They're playing nicely as 4. I'm a big fan of that. Not only does it apply pressure on the map, it gives Anti-Mage like a lot of vision on the map. Where can I farm? Okay, they're all showing to defend the tower. I would say though, in 1-2 minutes, OG are going to have a couple of times that are really big for them. This BKB on BZM, he needs it so badly against this lineup. The Helm of Overlord as well for DM. And during those timings, TA2000, he will not be ready to fight. He will want to continue to farm.
When, thankfully for him, he does have that Battle Fury completed.
Yeah.
Decent timing on this one right now with the Vanguard and Treads to boot. Now, the thing that's sort of concerning again, I would say for OG is you really, like you say, have not been able to find much value out of this Primal Beast. He almost has that BKB, but 1 kill, 2 deaths. You compare that to what Noob's been able to do on this Tiny 3, 1, and 5. He's been involved in every kill for his team.
These next couple minutes might be the most important of this entire game. If OG get to take over the top jungle with the Overlord, maybe you take the tier 2, you take the Roshan, and you get to speed up the game before Anti-Mage does hit this next item. That is really what you have to do, because once TA2000 does get this Manta style, he's going to be ready to join these fights.
Well, going to have to watch for that and how they decide to orient themselves in this game. As Ancients farming, Pupil's Gift, a little bit more tankability for this AM. And you can see that Ooredoo Thunder, they're also trying to get some counter pressure there on the bottom side of the map, hoping that somebody's going to come back to try and TP and defend this against the Venomancer. But OG, they've got different ideas. They're heading on into the pit, trying to take down Roshan.
Very good play from OG to, you know, kind of try to just speed up the game. Use the heroes you do have with the Undying, with the ult, you have the Beast Aura. Looks like OT, they don't want to have anything to do with that. They just want to wait. Make time for your Tiny to get his axe, wait for tier 2000. So both teams playing accordingly.
Right. Wooder on this Venomancer too, trying to get towards a pipe, has Greaves done already. These items that help them when they're playing in this sort of group-up fashion. Gonna maybe make the difference there. We'll see if it ends up happening or not.
Okay, so bottom tower for OG, still more than half. Next up, it's going to be very important about who's going to get the first tier 2 tower of the game. Take the outpost, smoke across. There's Noob lingering around mid. They see
Spots him, breaks the blink, tries to get in range, needs another ward down, but they won't be able to connect. Oh, that was so close. Taiga couldn't quite get him with those wards there.
Okay, they did get the global out of them, and top lane is very much pushed in. Might just be a little trade going on.
Yeah, that's a first step for OG. Ooredoo Thunder, though, holding out and keeping this wave pushed in, too, killing off the creeps. They can't pressure that top tier 2 very well.
Ooh, I'm a little afraid for Yuragi's item build. I'm not sure how much I like this BKB rush on him.
Oh, wait a minute, though. BZM, Invis, finds TA2000, just going to go for the Pulverize. Do they have enough damage, though? It's really hard to kill Taiga. No, he lifts himself. Oh, the misplay from Taiga as he ends up lifting just a second too late there.
Ooh, I think they may have had him there. There was also no global available. At least for them, they do get to kick him out. So OT also need to be scared down bottom. TA2000 gonna TP top.
Oh, if they can get out of here, if OT can manage to escape, they drop down the Veno ulti and the Disruptor ulti, stops in the way of it. And Taiga, he might just be burning down from this. That is a Veno ulti, Gale, and everything else used. He wants to try and make something happen, but Omar moves on in. The Glimpse not gonna get him.
Okay.
Barely surviving. He even bought a Fairy Fire and Fountain, I think, to keep himself alive.
Oh, he barely got out there. But OT, they're just playing together in small groups. And look, your Tiny is farming mid, your AM is farming top against OG, who are having a great timing with this Aegis.
I mean, this is where OG would want it to be shutting down the map, and it's just not happening. Ooredoo Thunder, they are playing so good around this area and making sure that nothing is connecting.
Ooh, and yeah, I want to talk about Yuragi choosing to go BKB here. I feel like that makes you very committed into the next couple minutes of this game. His scaling is going to drop a bit. He doesn't have the shard to farm faster. He doesn't have a pike to perhaps be more aggressive. So the next couple minutes for OG, they might just be do or die.
They have to find something. And look at that, Curry, he gets away. With all that time that he was spent pushing out that top side, he gets a Force Staff and doesn't get caught by the smoke rotation. This feels really bad for him. But BZM wanting to force the fight. He doesn't pop the BKB.
Stolen Glimpse.
And then they back away. But that Glimpse steal, that might be the difference maker. They find Omar, able to connect onto him with that BKB, but it's not enough. It is not enough damage.
And they get the Tombstone. And look at TA2000 in the meantime.
Taking that top tower. I mean, TA2000, he is online. OG, they're not able to stay on their targets. And, I mean, you got to wonder, in these late-game scenarios, when things start to look scary, are they going to have what it takes to keep up with this super-farmed Anti-Mage? They glimpse him back now. Does have that Aegis still, does have the BKB. They drop the Static Storm. A pretty bold move. And, in fact, Ooredoo Thunder now finally taking the fight as the Global comes out, but they've got more than enough to take this. Catches now onto the Silencer, kills him off. OG, they find one. If they can take this tier 2 off of it, it feels okay. But, I mean, Ooredoo have still dodged a huge bullet over the last couple minutes.
OT are getting so much on the map. They are outplaying OG. I think even with this tier 2 falling, I don't know if that favors them. They want to be getting more. TA2000 and Noob, they're vacuuming the entire map.
Even going to send these illusions out here to block the camps to try and deny out the farm away from OG, since they know that they're going to come back and try and farm it out on the Drow. So that entire side of the map is going to be denied farm. They do manage to take down at least the one blocking the Ancients. But yeah, scary stuff for OG as Ooredoo Thunder trying to punch their ticket to Berlin. We heard them in that listen-in. That's all they're thinking about.
I mean, they're doing great. How they're moving on the map right now is amazing. Even look at TA2000 now. He's farming his way through the jungle. Look at Yuragi. He steps into this jungle and there's no camps. Now you need to share farm with your Primal Beast, and you're 5-manning again against an Anti-Mage. So I think they're starting to feel a bit of the pressure.
Well, that is definitely what is happening. Now, OG are still incredibly strong when they group together at this point with all these BKBs. Ooredoo wanting to dodge them out. It might be another tier 2 tower taken up top as they all smoke behind them. And Ooredoo, at least now, feeling comfortable kind of giving up this area.
I mean, OG are not showing anyone. It's so easy for OT to just push out waves. You have this Anti-Mage with 2100 health in a Manta style. You have Noob who can just kill waves from, I don't know, 1500 range with 3 volley. So for OG, you can see from OG's movements, they are not feeling that confident, and I don't blame them.
Right. No, it's scary. I mean, you're shutting down some areas of the map by taking these tier 2s as DM takes the other one. But, well, I'm wondering if they feel forced to try and just push up this high ground here.
If they force them back with this push, I'm a big fan. As long as they don't commit to some, we need to go take racks now. Then they might just overplay and it could cost them the game. So just force heroes back and then play the situation. Okay. Stolen Glimpse gets Venno out of the way.
Not bad, not bad.
Stolen 3 volley.
A little bit less threatening when it's coming from the Rubik. Glimpse pulls back Yuragi, and now thinking about going high ground. Again, have to be careful about their positioning here with Glimpse ready. Does have that BKB.
Toss
back all the way, but Yuragi trying to get out of there. Force staff, keeping a little bit of separation.
TA2000
onto him, but lifted, and then the jump forward, the pulverize with the BZM connection with Primal Beast right on top of him. They're bringing Yuragi lower and lower, but it's enough to take down TA2000. Both carries gone. What happens next? OG trying to force them back with axes. The tombstone is down. So the trade-off of cores, Omar could go for a glimpse in another couple seconds, but it looks like they're going to back away from him again.
Okay, actually pretty good for OG. You get the highest net worth core out of the game. Sure, you do lose Yuragi, but you get a lot of HP off the tier 3 tower. You force all of OT back, so yeah, not too bad. Next objective in this game is going to be this Roche. 1 minute for us to know when it's going to respawn.
4,000 gold lead for Ooredoo Thunder. Feeling very strong at the moment and in control of this game to a large extent. Where do you feel like Ooredoo need to go? Is it just a matter of like trying to defend this Aegis, not give it away to OG, or do they want to take it themselves? Like it feels like the way you've been talking about it is that if this goes late, it's going to be a problem for OG.
Yeah, what OT have been doing so far, I love. They go as 3 and they just make space. The other heroes, especially tier 2000, you get to farm the map, you chill, and they slowly like build it up for him to just easily join. So until Roshan spawns, I think play the map, you know, have OG feel the pressure, and when they go to Roche, when they start attacking you, you fight back.
Well, here they go. Walking forward, Beastmaster Hawk just a little bit away. They know he's there, but they can't quite see it as the smoke breaks. Will they be able to summon another one? They have 9 seconds until it's up. That would have been such a huge pick if they found Noob at the start.
Just barely out of vision.
And now, Ooredoo Thunder able to reorient themselves while TA2000 continues to farm. And, I mean, you look at this move. They're running across map to try and catch the Anti-Mage. He knows exactly what's going on.
Oh my God.
Just off the side. Holy moly, that was close.
Oh, that was so close. And now, this is how you take back your own jungle. You force all of OG bottom. Again, we have a DD rune that spawns at a very crucial timing. Tiny DD with Ags and Chrysalis.
Dude.
No joke. Next fight, Noob could just wipe them all out of this game.
Look at the pixels that we have, not just on that almost break of the TP, but then also the placement of the Hawk to almost catch somebody out at the start of the fight. If this goes the way at Ooredoo Thunders, OG is going to be looking back at that kicking themselves. It was so close. And now, with this type of a control and good vision in the area too, Ooredoo Thunders, they're well set up for Roche.
This next Roche fight is just so crucial. If Noob can even just play the fight on high range with 1-3 volley with the DD, it can hurt OG a lot. So for OG, you need to use this Hawk vision, try to find a good pick, and go from there. If Yuragi gets to hit, he's still incredibly strong.
Both of these heroes have so much on the line with them. And again, for Anti-Mage, we sort of haven't been talking about a ton. Not great mana void targets in this game, but can definitely do a ton of work and stay on top of that drow. So 27 minutes, next round of neutrals coming up. Roche respawning. And for Ooredoo, they're just sitting together in a group.
Ooredoo doing a good job. They're just playing the map and the waiting game. If OG ever attack Roche, they can go fight. For OG, I would love to see them push in the lanes, try to get top lane pushing so that you can smoke into the dire jungle and take it over. But OT are not giving you that time.
Looking for it now.
Scotty completed.
That is a huge timing for Ooredoo. And, I mean, right now OG is so split. A DD there, everybody jumps away.
They're way too split.
Breaking that smoke is going to have to give up his life for this one. Drops in a minute. Does have buyback. I mean, you can't give away this Roche for free if you're OG, but it might just happen.
You need to hawk Roche and try to fight it. I don't think you can give this one up.
This is huge. He's going to do it. TM summons the Hawk, starts walking over that direction. Roche, it was a relatively quick spawn, a minute and a bit. But now, seeing it dropping down so quickly, it's down almost half HP. They're able to take it away. They buy back and start to get ready to run on in. But OT, they're not going to stick around and try and finish it off, playing the safer option. They're not the ones that need this Aegis.
It's good. I like that they back off. Respect the buyback. Again, you can just wait. OG's heroes aren't as mobile. If they want to stay here as 5 and just wait, TA2000, again, he can go back to vacuum mode. Take the whole map, get the farm going. Once they hit Roche, then you respond. As OG, they might do the move we touched on earlier. Yeah. Take the outpost, have buybacks ready for this fight, and then try to help Yuragi get this Aegis.
And in so many other times where we've seen these teams, and again, you talk about in that listen-in mode before this game, they were just talking about one more game to Berlin, one more game to Berlin. And now in this moment, you know, some might just go for the all-in play of trying to take Roche there. They're taking the more safe option, the smoke on smoke. They're just going to switch sides, but get down some crucial wards. Now, taking away that vision, Noob. Does he go for the all-in play? They take the ward away and still ready to walk on into the pit here.
This should be a better position for OT if they can just push in the waves with Anti-Mage, because for OG it's a bit weird to go for the waves, and if they leave this... I mean, OG have a good ward in their own triangle if they want to look to smoke to that.
Getting good vision.
I mean, they even have 2 good wards.
Yeah, this sees everything. They see it all. They see all of these heroes. They didn't have a gem. They didn't have anything. They're in a little bit of trouble. Omar, he's going to get caught. The lift is there to the side. Stolen on the blink for Rubik. The back away Noob doing good damage to Yuragi, but he gets the Force Staff away from him. Noob caught for a moment, but TA2000 staying onto that drown. No buyback, gone. They bought back on the 2 supports. The control coming from BZM, trying to kill Noob. He needs to do it alone. They don't have Yuragi with them, but the Tombstone doing a ton of work. And now backing away, Taiga trying to get there to help out his buddy, but it won't happen. TA2000 way too strong as the blink was used, but the glimpse is there. Ooredoo Thunder, they are oh so close.
Oh man, the 2 buybacks coming off from his supports. Help yourselves, re-engage into the fight, and TA2000, he has the Skadi. He knows his job. He just gets on top of Yuragi with the Skadi, and there is no getaway for him.
Unbelievable. I mean, again, you think about how different this could have gone, and the buybacks coming in clutch. BZM looked okay for a moment, but Yuragi just got jumped.
I mean, just look, he just sticks on him with the Skadi, and even though, sure, you get the pike off, look how low he is. He's not getting to hit.
Yeah, it was not going to happen. And Ooredoo Thunder, now with an Aegis in hand, getting that shard. I mean, they're in such a strong position with an Anti-Mage. What do you want him to do with this Aegis here?
Honestly, you can do nearly anything. Push in the lanes and play aggressive. He's closing in on an Abyssal Blade. Venomancer is getting closer to a Vlad, so you have all the auras. I mean, look, they should be feeling themselves.
Absolutely. Such a good group of guys playing for a very long time. You think about Witter, this guy's been playing since 2016 for a long time. TA2000, he's been around for forever. Trying to make it to this land for them would be such a huge victory if they can close out this game. But OG, are they going to give them that opportunity? The blink away, Taiga, does he get caught by the glimpse? He's going to get caught by Noob.
I love TA2000's positioning right now. His entire team is bottom, and he's just up top pressuring. With this Aegis, with the Skadi, he has Manta. Okay, getting pressured for now. Global, Manta.
Jump away.
Should be all right. Their entire map is theirs now, just because of where they're playing with their heroes.
The 8K gold lead is going to keep expanding unless OG can wait this one out or take a good fight for themselves. But Ooredoo Thunder, it is their control that they've got right now on this one.
Ooh, okay, for OG, you need to enable Yuragi to play fights. And I feel like that is just a very a very tough task. Tier 2000 can always just go on top of him, try to stake there. So for OG, I don't think they can dive in really with BZM. They need to protect their Drow Ranger. It is their only way to stay in this game.
Right now, Yuragi does at least have that Hurricane Pike, has the BKB, some amount of maneuverability there, but in a way it feels like they've got to be able to catch that Anti-Mage with, you know, the Drow just constantly hitting into him with no global up. Otherwise, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, and for now, he's got an Aegis. He's also getting the Solar Crest from his Venno, which is a great item flying out right now to help him out against the Drow.
Dude, TA2000's had enough. He's like, I've been denied too many times. I want to go to a LAN. I want to go to a major. And they're looking to close this one out, but you can see the wave cutting that's going on. OG trying desperately to hold out. They know that if they get creeps in the base, it is oh so hard for them to stop the push, so they are just not letting that happen.
It's very nicely done by them. DM pushing the top lane with a 0 and 2 boars. Mid lane being cut by a dragon. And in the meantime, BZM going down bottom to try and delay this game. Help Yuragi get these items as DM starting to popping off in the network a little bit. Does have the bongo boots if he wants to complete them. So not the schlom, but the bongo.
Right, not the schlom this game. Maybe needs a little bit more against the AM.
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing a great job. Look at this. Again, in mid, they've got the dragon there cutting the wave. And they need to come back and deal with this. It is going to get Galed, and now might be in some more trouble as they gank the dragon, manage to kill it off. And the other thing is that, all right, you're delaying the game, but for what? TA2000 now has an Abyssal Blade looking for more. Taiga up on the high ground, gets the blink back.
Nice job there.
Has been able to dodge really well with having the blink dagger and the blink stolen from TA2000.
This is a type of position where if you're OT, you need to assign 1 or 2 heroes to push lanes and place aggressive wards that see these rats of OG to get out on the map, right? Because OG, they don't want to fight into you, ever. They're going to keep trying to get out, cut some waves. Taiga's being very annoying with the stolen blink.
And silence there. Good damage broken for Staff to get to the high ground. TA2000, they didn't pop that global that time. Wasn't too concerned about it without the Primal Beast being there.
Yes, also 1 more minute on this Aegis as, yeah, I would say OG are getting away with a lot at this point.
I mean, I was ready to do my outro speech with OT going to the major, and they have held on in a very good way on OG. This game was looking incredibly difficult for them. Now, TA2000 tries to catch. Does he find him off to the side? No. So, Primal gets out of harm's way, and they have held on. I mean, what is sort of the thing that you're holding on to for OG in terms of a timing that you're looking for? Does the Silver Edge change things at all in this game?
I mean, the longer the game goes, I wouldn't say that OG are favored, but Drow has very good scaling in the game. As long as she at some point gets to stand her ground against Anti-Mage, you're going to deal a lot of damage. You have the Beastmaster helping you out with a clear lockdown all the time as well. So if the game drags out, I mean, OG are doing like an insane job right now. I would say on OT, they should be looking a bit more aggressive. Make sure you kill the wards with the gem and place more aggressive wards. They do have 1 down bottom, but they're not doing the best at the pickoffs right now.
I mean, Dota is such an interesting game in a way, right? Because sometimes when you're in this position for Ooredoo Thunder, you end up trying to play not to lose, and it gives the other team a chance to sort of come back into it a little bit. They're still cutting all these waves, looking amazing. Their scaling is going to be solid. But you do have to sort of wonder at what point are they going to try and make this all in play. They might even wait for that next round of Roche, and there's opportunities in there to make mistakes.
Yeah, but because right now, OT are like strong enough. I don't think OG can stand their ground against this Anti-Mage right now, but in 5 minutes, 10 minutes with another item on the Drow, maybe a Hex on BZM even that he has queued up, eventually they have this strength where if they find TA2000 and they can burst them from full to 0, this whole game can absolutely change.
Well, they need to buy the time until then, and they're doing a good job of it, being super annoying against Ooredoo. Well, down bottom, Taiga consistently stealing Blink, trying to cut these waves for all that he's worth. And, you know, we think back to game number 1. We talked about the fact that Ooredoo had it. And OG were able to sort of tenaciously hold out as long as they could. Will they be able to do it again, or Ooredoo just going to keep this momentum going? That 8K gold lead staying consistent.
I mean, OT are playing in a very grouped fashion. I would like it a bit more if they have one guy who can just push out the waves, maybe put TA2000 in a more aggressive position with the rest, because, yeah, I think for now, the name of the game, we can all see it. OG are very happily just pushing out these side lanes, continue to get the gold scaling up, and, I mean, the net worth is not really trickling more into OT's favor.
No, they're farming more of the map on OG. They're not being held into one area, and you look at the map right now. You've got 5 heroes spread all across it from OG, and Ooredoo Thunder just stuck together in this blob.
I wonder what the comms are right now, as Chu's just dropping a tomb in the enemy jungle, gives himself some vision and farm.
The Ogre Seal Totem, the Glimmer Cape walks away, no vision, no way to do it, but the Glimpse is going to pull him back eventually. So Chu brought down and punished. They managed to find a kill, no buyback on him. Down bottom, the immediate rotation over here too. Maybe Ooredoo feeling like they're tired of playing these games and chasing them around. So they will spread out a little bit more and again deal with these waves which are pushing into their tier 3 towers.
Doing a slightly better job now. You want to be really fast and really decisive on these moves. The moment you see someone and you're killing them, you already know that OG are going to run to the other lanes, try to push those in. As we have the stolen tree volley again. Don't think it's going to do too much unless Tiger's going to get himself another 3-4 items. But it looks cool, so I like it.
Love to see that one. And I think, again, there's that fear to some extent of like, you know, we've maybe a feeling almost like we've won. We just need to not throw. Just need to not throw. And I can understand that emotion right now for Ooredoo Thunder. You know, they're in such a dominant position, but you do need to close it out eventually.
I like this itemization on tier 2000. I think he understands that OG are getting away with murder in this game. He has a Shadow Blade now. He's going to queue into the Silver Edge. It should help him to get pickoffs around the map. He can just go somewhere, try to push in a lane, go invis, find someone with the Abyssal Blade, because whoever he finds, they are dead.
If he can get on top of any target, it is going to be quick murder. But the entire team following behind him on this side. Taiga pushing out this bottom, going for
There's a tree
volley with the Fade Bolt. And I mean, it kills a creep wave.
Yeah, it helps him do what he wants to do. So honestly, for the position that they're in, this is one of the better spells to get.
Primal Beast queuing up that Hex. You also see that on the Rubik, he's queuing up the Hex for Taiga. And Ooredoo Thunder not finding targets yet. Up top, BZM waiting for the next wave to come by as he passes by Noob. And nobody dealing with bottom.
I mean, it might just be the third Roche. Like, not more waves are being cut as we have some TPs, but he's just out. You need to be one step ahead.
Oh, and almost caught him there, but wasn't quite able to get it in time. And Taiga pushes this. They need to come deal with this side. Again, Beastmaster is there also. Gets down a ward so they can see them moving over.
Okay, this third Roche is going to be ever so important. OG, they already have Hawks there, so the moment it starts respawning, they will see that. It has to be the one thing that OT talk about right now. If OG gets this next Roche, somehow, I don't know how, but if they do, they are absolutely back in this game.
Well, I feel like the way that this has been going, somebody's getting abandoned from lack of XP or something because there's nothing happening. Just no movements on this map. They get these wards down. You can also see the OG wards as we take a look at the esportsbet.io odds. 5-1 into their favor, but the gold lead sort of bouncing back and forth between the two of them. You see that little perk up in terms of the win percentage. It's getting better as it gets later and later.
5 seconds on the Roche respawn now. They are forcing some heroes to TP back from OT, so this is a crucial timing.
Oh my god, they know about it too. They know that Roche is up on the side of OG. I mean, it might be a crazy all-in play to try and go for it though, but there are creeps that are pushing into this bottom tier 3 tower. And in they go. Dude, this is illegal. This should not be happening. They don't have vision in the pit. They don't have vision in the pit. It was a quick Roach. They're going to get it with the bash. Chu, take aggro. Take aggro from me, goddammit. They're taking it down. OG are actually going to get this Aegis.
That's an Axe as well.
What in the Sam hell was that? Ooredoo Thunder. Ooredoo Thunder!
They didn't know. The Venom Ward ran out. They didn't replace a new one. Oh no!
Critical information.
Uh-oh.
And OG.
Okay, they're smoking up. They have not decided yet who's going to get this Aghanim Scepter on Yuragi, who seems to be desperately chasing Taiga to hand it to him.
Please, take it. Win us the game, Taiga. Put us on your back.
Okay, Taiga has an Axe, and we're in the lead now on OG. They finish up their Hex. They somehow got this Roche, which is incredibly illegal, and OT deep breaths and talk about how to take this next fight, because the last 10 minutes have not gone your way.
They are even more grouped together right now. We talked about this so many times. This team that's so close to the major so many moments, are they letting it slip away from them now? Oh, wow. I mean, we've seen Ooredoo come back for moments like this before, but look at that swing that we saw right there. It is still looking so good for Ooredoo Thunder, but you gotta wonder that swing.
Yeah, it's... I will be a little concerned now if I'm OT. Anti-Mage is scaling, TA2000, he's not getting that much stronger. He does have the silver edge now, but your supports, there's no Ags on Disruptor. Like, you have Venno, Disruptor, Silencer. They're starting to taper off, so Noob, I think he's going to have to step it up in these next fights and do a lot for his boys.
And the other problem right here that you've got, sure, you have vision from the Venomancer in terms of those wards, but you're playing against Beastmaster Hawk. If they get the jump on you, and that ward back up on the high ground too, they know that Ooredoo Thunder are here. Yuragi off to the side, wanting to find a pickoff. Can they find Kaori?
Oh, they see him.
The jump, they get him there, starting to bring him down low. The Hex, but TA2000 right on top of him, forces away, which means no Abyssal Blade. TA2000 runs through, but he's got him. BZM right on top, finding Omar afterwards. What is happening?
This can't be.
TA2000 jumps, wants to find the backline. Does he have enough though? The Hurricane Pike and the walk away. Yuragi still living through this. TA2000 gets the blink back.
Tree
the
volley.
Damage coming in from that tree volley, but Yuragi is strong. They don't have silencer buyback. Kezu, what are we watching right now?
Oh my god. OG are coming. I mean, this is their game now at this point. OT, they're starting to crumble as they steal the gem.
Gets it though. Brings it down. Do you dare move on in for a gem?
Let's go, Chu. Get in there and die.
Amar gets back. And OG.
Ooh, that's such a critical ward in the Dire base that allows him to get this fight. BZM charges on like 3 heroes with the Hex. And you can see now the scaling. Yuragi's damage output is starting to be incredible.
And you know, you don't want to read too much into things, but this entire series, when we've been looking at Noob, on his player cams, he's been smiling, he's been laughing, he's been loving what he's seeing. Right now is gamer mode time. It is serious, serious danger as OG have retaken control of this map.
Oh, I mean, you're gonna feel very tense. I've been there before. It's not a great feeling, and you're stuck in your base now a little bit. You know that Yuragi's scaling is really damn high. You've slipped up in the game a little bit for them. They need to do what they did in the last game. Bounce back, talk about what you need to do, how to fight, and how to go together and make use of what you got.
And, I mean, from the other point of view, I've imagined you've won some games where you've come back before Kezu, not to flame too much, but
yes.
What do you think is going through the OG mind right now? What do you think they need to be thinking about in this one?
They should be, first of all, they're feeling great. They should understand that all we need to do is play on vision, continue as we've done with the Beast Talks, and if we see a good jump, we can go. Anyone we go on, they just die. As long as they play clean, you know, they don't split up where Yuragi dies twice and some weird positioning, it should be pretty smooth sailing. Take vision, go in, and fight.
They're getting closer and closer to this Hex on Rubik. They have one already on Primal Beast. We did also see for the Drow picking up the Butterfly, an item that a lot of people have sort of been flaming this tour, but in this game, feels like it has some value.
This is a really good one. Look at TA2000. We already said that his scaling is starting to crumble a little bit. He doesn't have a slot to buy an MKB. And Yuragi deals so much damage. He also gives armor to the Rubik in the fights to maybe help him stay alive a bit against the tree volley. And DM, he has 7,000 gold. They might be getting like 3 hexes in this game.
Looking at this one, 45 minutes in, they are going to retake this area. You see a step forward from TA2000 wanting to check, but they immediately take away the vision, and the map is dark right now for Ooredoo Thunder. The Hex is completed for DM. They're inside their base, and they're not leaving.
Ooh, so for OG, I would say you don't have to force it too hard. You can continue to play the map. Look at all these Hawks all the time. They're giving them so much vision. If you can't go high ground, just continue to scale. You should understand that you feel great. The damage scaling of OT's lineup is so slow.
And it's, again, one of those things where, oh, Noob.
They see him on the Hawk.
The root. The root is on fire. Noob, lifted, pulls him back. Taiga gets him. The Hex, the follow-up. Noob in trouble, trying to keep him alive. The BKB, but the jump forward. He's missing. He's missing. That is a butterfly on Yuragi as TA2000 backs away, but the big jump and the force step out, and BZM there to try and help him, but Yuragi is gone without buyback. Noob also dead.
Abyssal
There's
Blade.
the Abyssal on to BZM, now in more trouble. Taiga, does he have anything to save? The Gale is going to be there. Forced to have to try and separate, but Taiga's in trouble also. Lifted, killed, nowhere to go, and OG.
That's 4 kills.
What an incredible fight from Ooredoo Thunders. Now it's OG that are the ones that get pulled into position outside of the base.
Uh-oh, they did it. You can't have Yuragi be in such a susceptible position. OT, take use of that. Bait each. There was a great global to delay the roar to bait OG further into the fight.
Unbelievable. Back and forth, the pendulum swings as 14 to 21, but more importantly, these buybacks, they had to all in earlier from OG to try and, make these fights work, but then they end up spending all their gold, and now they don't have anything.
Now we're bouncing back the other way. OT are gonna have absolute map control by the time that OG do spawn, as we have the big black dragon doing his work, but mid-wave, no one's cutting that one.
And Chu, he does
recovered the gem.
Have it. Kaori looking. Oh, Kaori hunting. Oh, I got it. Is he able to dodge away from it? Yeah, he keeps it alive. But TA2000, this is what they wanted to do 20 minutes ago.
Yep. Finally they can.
But the glyph is out. Still cutting waves up top, but can't find anybody to cut through the wave mid. With that said, they are going to have Drow back up in 8 seconds. New glyph. Second round of it. Do they want to use it on Rax, though? Always a little bit of a bold play, but they are going to do it right now. So they get the second glyph out, won't be able to find any buybacks. And Roche capable of responding in 48 seconds again. I have a feeling this time they're going to put some more Plague Wards in there.
I sure hope so. Safe buybacks, put in these Plague Wards. Venomancer is not allowed to step into his own jungle. Or not more than like 500 range. Stay around.
Get back in the jungle.
Wards.
Get over there.
My friend. When this Plague Ward dies, if he doesn't instantly step back to Roche, someone better yell at him.
25 seconds till it's capable. MKB now done on the Anti-Mage. Has invested in it.
Okay, so what is he gonna drop? Fury for the fight?
Yeah, looks like it. I don't even know where it went to.
Oh, his courier. He might just sell it, I guess.
But Roche, they obviously will also have Hawk Vision in there. That should help. Most likely once they're summoning that one up.
Okay, so we have a Hex completed on DM. A lot of big items as well also on the Venomancer. Rave Pack completed, Solar Crest completed to help out your Anti-Mage against this Drow matchup and this next Roche. 1 minute 40 seconds. The way you play the map now, how you hold your wards, and how you're going to take the next fight with buybacks, it's going to decide the game.
Well, we'll see if they can make the moves that they need to around the map. This is where things, again, get very complicated for these teams. You look at OG, they're already splitting out these side lanes, wanting to push in bottom, and with the Beastmaster summons, it's going to be pretty effective. On the side of Ooredoo Thunder, there is some danger now that if you try and make the all-in play down a side lane with Anti-Mage, he might just get picked off if he's not with the rest of his team.
I think OT need to now be one step ahead. Talk about how you deal with this bottom lane. Like, don't run into the scenario where Roach respawns soon, Beast is starting to hit my tier 3 tower, suddenly one guy TPs out and then OG take the fight. Be one step ahead of what you do so that you can stay in your jungle together.
And a refresher for the Primal Beast, so he can go for a second round of craziness. Toss charges on the side of Noob. I mean, we have had long games this entire day that have gone the distance. This one, it's not going to be any different.
Oh, this one could last a while. I don't even know if this next Roche is going to end the game. It's going to put a team in a great position. So let's see how they're going to go about it. Buybacks are going to be crucial. Everyone but the Disruptor have it ready. OT ready for a smoke.
Get together. I don't believe that one was under any vision, but oh geez, they're walking out onto a ward. They see them all. They see everything. Yuragi, he's so far forward. They catch him. Yuragi, Force Staff tries to back away. Not going to happen.
Buyback.
Just like that. Oh, Ooredoo Thunder, though, have they maybe gone a bit too far? TA2000 finds the Beastmaster. DM in trouble. DM dead. They try and find Noob, kill him off. BZM got him in his grasp, but do they have the damage? Noob still living through it. The chase now coming, though. Yuragi starting to beat into him one by one. But
the combo!
Noob staying alive, and Yuragi, he turns, but look at it. The damage out onto all of them. Yuragi living. Yuragi living. He's living through it all. Unbelievable. They hold out. 5 buybacks used.
Holy
the whole
shit.
screen is filled.
Okay, lifesteal on the Ancients or run to base and go fight Roche. I cannot... Okay. The fact
Refresher
that
done.
Okay. Deep breaths. The fact that he didn't die back there is incredible. He just stood his ground with the lifesteal. Okay, who's gonna get Roche? Because everyone and the entire family just bought back.
I just saw somebody ping, they have vision. Yes, I think they do.
They do.
Oh.
As creeps are gonna kill the ward in the top lane that they did ping out, so Chu's gonna get a casual 300 gold, 5-man smoke.
If they can find the right heroes, they win the game. Buybacks. Primal, the only one in the game that has it.
He also has Refresher, so him playing in the front line, DM is getting himself an A on this. This could be crucial.
Smoke up also from OG. They're at the ready. 15 seconds till BKB on the drow, trying to find somebody. Chu immediately out in front. Will he get caught?
DM has A on disc.
They see Omar. Taiga backs
Tombstone.
away. Got to be careful about this one. TA2000 jumped forward, but he roared himself. But instead the Hex now onto Disruptor. Tries to control onto him. Jumps through onto all. They don't know about the Refresher, but now they do.
Another
the Hex is there onto the Silencer. One by one. They're starting to fall. Ooredoo Thunder, they lose both. Static Storm down. And BZM still going to survive through that. But now Roche is back up and OG a 15,000 gold lead.
BZM is chatting it up. He knows he has buyback. He just gets in there, kills both the supports. They have no buybacks. It's going to be 3v5 for 80 seconds, and they're going to get a free Roche.
This is such an incredible comeback from OG if they can make this happen. And for Ooredoo Thunder, they are still in a position where if they find the right heroes, if they kill the right heroes, they can win the game in seconds, it feels like.
It's time to cut waves for OT. You cannot fight 3v5. You need to delay. They're going to have at least 2 glyphs, as they have one now, and then the next tier 3 will give them one. TA2000 without the Fury. Going to push down some waves, but OG, they're coming down mid.
They need to deal with this. It's a problem. You can't cut this mid wave right now. They do have 2 glyphs available for themselves.
Omar, they're making 3 volley spots next to the tier 4s in the base.
They're trying. They're trying to do what they can, but on the courier. Wait, a rapier.
Look at this. There's a rapier and the 3 volleys being set up.
Dude, they're buying branches and putting. They don't last long enough. They don't last long enough.
Plant more trees.
Dude, the rapier is coming out to him. Can they hold? Can OT hold? They need just a couple more seconds, but OG trying to finish this off.
Oh, DM is cutting all the trees.
He's cutting the trees with the axes. What is this new meta? The jump forward, the Hex. They got him, but the force staff is there. And now the jump onto DM catches him. Force staff back. BZM control gets him, but the damage coming out isn't enough. The Hex is there.
They got him.
Stop him. TA2000 is gone, and somehow, some way, OG, they're gonna win this game. I cannot believe it. As they go for the all-in on the Ancient, OG, after being denied, they are going to Berlin.
How the hell did they do it? This game is